Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the Shifts and Pucks News Pack for Wednesday, March 9th. You can, of course, follow us on Twitter at Shifts and Pucks, Facebook.com Shifts and Pucks, YouTube.com Shifts and Pucks, Twitch.com Shifts and Pucks. You can also subscribe to wherever you get your podcasts, as well on the Area 51 Sports Network. As we reminder, we are typically don't do a news pack on Wednesdays, but today we are doing a evening podcast, 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain. It is a Canucks pregame podcast as the Vancouver Canucks are hosting the Montreal Canadiens tonight. Crossover episode, crossover episode as Joshua Griffith from Point Shot Hockey will be joining us, and the Area 51 Sports Network will get his take on things, and look forward to having a conversation with him about a number of different things. So join us live for that. We'll get into the news today. Before we do that, just a reminder of the word of the week, which is will be on Mondays and Wednesdays podcast. It allows you to message us, get you into a win tickets in partnership with the Pig and Duke for tickets to the April 23rd game between the Vancouver Canucks and Calgary Flames. Tickets to the game, hanging out with Devin, Sean, and Chris, as well as a limo to the game. So that will be a lot of fun. Check that out. Retweet our any of our pod clips, anything like that gets you an opportunity to head into the game. It's just two games tonight on the NHL schedule here, and it is the Washington Capitals coming off their victory yesterday over the Calgary Flames in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. So both of these games are TNT games, 5-4. Washington beat Edmonton. They're heading in tonight into action as they continue to hold down that second wild card spot. And they've won three in a row. They have been they're getting healthier. Anthony Mantha's back in the lineup, so they've put in some distance between what was coming along Columbus Blue Jackets. So, but they're kind of holding their fort there at 71 points. The Oilers, of course, are out of a playoff spot as of now. They are 3 points behind the Dallas Stars. They've lost three in a row. Mikko Koskinen is expected to get the call and goal tonight as the Oilers need to win as Dallas and Nashville beat Dallas last night. Minnesota beat the Rangers last night. So wins are hard to come by. The Kings have won three in a row. So that is important. Of course, the Vancouver Canucks are playing tonight against the Montreal Canadiens. That's why we're having a pregame podcast. That's why we're switching things up. We talked Flames Monday. We typically talk Canucks Monday. We'll be switching that. We switched that this week. And in terms of lineup notes for the Canucks here, see what we have going on. As of course they're taking on a hot Canadiens team. The Canadiens, of course, far out of a playoff spot. They're in the bottom of the Eastern Conference, but they've won their last two. They've swept Alberta. They beat Calgary in overtime. They beat Edmonton. So Martin St. Louis has certainly helping that lineup out a little bit. It looks like it is. It's of course the start of a 7-game homestand for the Canucks. And it looks like no lineup notes that I'm seeing yet, but it looks like for the Canadiens, Paul Byron, Jake Evans in, Pro and Pezzetta out versus the Canucks. That game will be, again, the pregame show. The Canucks, in terms of standings right now, they are sitting at 28, 23, and 6. They've won two in a row, coming off the comeback win 6-4 over the Maple Leafs, 5 points behind the Dallas Stars. So those are the two games. Of course, Ovechkin will be an interesting night just getting back to Edmonton here as Alexander Ovechkin scored 2 goals last night. He did tie Jaromir Jagr for third all time. If he scores tonight, he does take sole possession of the goals mark. Should be an interesting reaction in Edmonton should that happen. By the way, that game, of course, 5 o'clock starts at 5, and the other game, the Canadiens and the Canucks starts at 7:52. As just one moment here. There we go. Another note for tonight that it looks like you will be hearing for the national anthem the Vitter Choir and Folk Ensemble sing the Canadian and American anthems, and Ukraine and its people will be the first of the hearts. So we'll expect to see that a special presentation tonight between the Capitals and the Oilers. By the way, don't expect Alexander Ovechkin to be, or any of the Russian players to be speaking on this Western Road Spring. According to reports, it looks like the Capitals have restricted. They have announced that they have said that they will not be allowing any of their Russian players to be speaking during this Western Canada road trip. So that's kind of wraps up the day for that. The other thing from yesterday's game in regards to the Flames, of course, they lost 5-4. They're off tonight. They played tomorrow against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Johnny Gaudreau, Brad Treliving says Johnny Gaudreau in his knee is fine following that last second collision he had with Tom Wilson. It certainly concerned a lot of Flames fans, but it looks like, according to Treliving, they clipped skates, not knees, so Flames fans can exhale there as well. Looks like in terms of other news, Wayne Gretzky is in the news at the Heritage Classic. He's going to work as an analyst. He'll be there at the game in Hamilton when, of course, the Sabres play the Maple Leafs. And Wayne Gretzky will be an analyst. First time he will be in the booth for an NHL game as part of a broadcast team. So it'll be Kenny Albert, Eddie Olczyk, Keith Jones, and Wayne Gretzky on that call at the Heritage Classic. And so that's something to watch out for there. The Order of Canada, Hockey in Canada, has been distributed. Three names have been given. Of course, it's Guy Lafleur, Lanny McDonald, and Kim St.Pierre were named to the Order of Hockey Canada as distinguished honorees for 2022. Of course, Lafleur played 14 seasons with the Montreal Canadiens, elected to the Hall of Fame in 1988. Played 3 more seasons with the New York Rangers and Quebec Nordiques as well. And Lanny McDonald, of course, played with the Calgary Flames, led them to the Stanley Cup in 1989. He also played with the Toronto Maple Leafs, of course, and the Colorado Rockies. And he also played for Canada twice internationally. And Kim St.Pierre was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2020. First among goalies in games played, 83 wins, 64 in shutouts in the history of Canada's national women team. She helped Canada win the gold medal in the 2002 Salt Lake Olympics. She also helped Canada win the IIHF Women's World Championship 5 times, 1999, 2000, 2001, 2004, and 2007. So congratulations to all of those. As well, the Wednesdays when the CHL rankings come out, the Edmonton Oil Kings continue to be number 1 in Week 19. The Charlottetown Islanders have bumped themselves up to number 2. The Hamilton Bulldogs number 3. Winnipeg Ice 4. Everett Silvertips 5. Portland Winterhawks 6. Kamloops Blazers 7. Shawinigan Cardiacs 8. Quebec Remparts 9. And London Knights number 10. The Flint Firebirds, Sherbrooke Phoenix, and St. John's Sea Dogs are the 3 honorable mentions. So a shorter news pack, but that is the news today. Reminder, we're back again on the air, and they're 6 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Mountain for our Canadians and Canadiens and Canucks pregame show. You can follow us all individually. Sean Beardy Canucks 03, Tyler TNOBLE, Krisha Schneid's SCHNEIDZ, Devin Gordhouse 09. I am KEVOLE. Joshua Griffith from Point Shot Hockey in Area 51 Sportsnet will be joining us. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Shifts and Pucks, and subscribe to wherever you get your audio. And check just out as well as the Area 51 Sports Network. Thanks everyone for watching and listening. We'll talk to you all very soon.